Hey, everybody. Week 6, Pick 6, ABC 6. Welcome. You boys are back together. I always like Week 6 because we get to do this, yes. Right?
It's a bad omen, some would say.
Oh, it's fine. It's
but
fine.
We're doing well tonight, that's for sure.
The boys are back together, right? After playing the role of Justice of the Peace and Westerly resident for a day in back-to-back weeks, it's nice to be back with my friend Ian Steele in studio tonight.
The only reason Nick is back is because he was having separation anxiety. You missed me.
I did.
He did. He missed me. It is great to be back together now as we get closer, believe it or not, to the postseason. So we got to get some chemistry going a little bit. Tonight, an important game in Division 3 in Rhode Island. We have a lot more coming up, trust me. But this game here might be a preview of what we'll see in the D3 playoffs. It is our Pick 6, Week 6 primetime matchup. It's the Ponagansett Chieftains putting their undefeated record on the line on their homecoming night against Rogers, the Vikings, undefeated in Division 3 play so far this year. Pono going to the air early on. Robert Grenga, who stops, drops, shut him down, open up shop. Whoa. That is Trevor Lytle, and that's how Rough Riders roll. Home team up 7-0, but Rogers able to strike back with a big play of their own. The quarterback, Hayden Younger, keeping the ball around the left end, gets a block, tight rope up the sideline. He's gone, leaving defenders in the dust. Tie ball game, 7-all. Next drive, the Chieftains knocking at the door. It's Grenga to Lytle again, and the pink out crowd in the student section going crazy. Ponagansett takes a 14-7 lead. They get the ball back again after a muff punt. Then the cameraman muffs this shot on the pump fake. We should have known it would be Grenga to Lytle again. Count them. 1, 2, 3, Mr. Lytle. Touchdowns on the day for the QB and the receiver. The Chieftains starting to run away with it, and then they run over people to run away with it. Hit stick at the goal line. That is Lyric Picard. 28-7 at halftime.
That's a tough lyric right there.
Turns into almost as tough as Rough Riders roll. We know all the lyrics. 49-7 victory for the home team. The quarterback and wide receivers stacked our primetime performers from Ponagansett. Usually I don't do this, but we have two primetime performers here tonight after Ponagansett beats Rogers 49-7. Robbie Grenga, the quarterback, Trevor Lytle, the wide receiver, hooking up for 3 touchdowns in the first half here. We'll start over here with the QB1. Did you feel like you guys had extra chemistry coming in? What went into the hookups in the first quarter?
Honestly, he's been doing it since day one. I mean, practice, that's what I say. I look at T-Lay, I know he's there, I know where he's going to be. I just put trust in my wide receivers. My O-line does their job. I got all the protection, and I just put the ball where it needs to be, and he's there making the catch.
How were you able to get so open?
I don't know. That's my QB telling me what to do every time, and I listen, and he puts the ball right where it needs to be, and I get right where it needs to be.
We saw you guys celebrating out there, putting the 6s up. You guys are 6-0 on the season. How does that feel?
Yeah, no, it was a good win. We came into this game with a lot of heart because, I mean, we were picked as the underdogs, and, you know, we put a lot of work into this season, and it just shows. You
guys get a big win on homecoming here against Rogers. I guess this is going to make the dance a little bit more fun tomorrow?
Yeah, of course. We're gonna get jiggy with it on the dance floor.
What do you move left and right? Go to this.
Wow, I don't know whether to go with Will Smith or I was listening to the Bee Gees in the background there. Like, those guys are in the spirit here for homecoming.
Little inspiration, yeah. Big win there. Ponagansett and Classical at the top of Division 3 moving
Coach Cato runs a great program there, and obviously they proved it tonight. And the chemistry that they have, I just love hearing that. It's like, well, the quarterback tells me where to go, so that's where I go, and they throw the ball.
And read each other's minds.
Absolutely. That's chemistry, and that's all the work that they put in. Well, as we continue with the rest of the show here, it was obviously an emotional night in North Kingstown. As Ryan Medeiros told you about earlier in the newscast, the Skippers community with a heavy heart heading into the game with Burrillville tonight. A moment of silence pregame to honor the memory of Joe Gilmartin, the former state championship coach and teacher in North Kingstown who died tragically this week in a boating accident. The Skipper community united to recognize Coach Gilmartin. And boy, did this Skipper team come out inspired tonight against Burrillville. So the Skippers getting on the board early when Chris Charnello gets to the outside. He sees the lane and gets to pay dirt, 7-0 Skippers. Then when the Broncos get the ball back, they look to respond, and NK Ian deserves this one tonight. Gian Iacelli with the interception, and yes, friends, this is a Pick 6! We love it. NK scoring the first 21 points of this game. Anthony Perry with another score here later, and NK never looking back. Skippers win on an emotional night at home, 35-14, the final. What inspired play tonight.
They had an extra coach up in the booth for that one,
They
Nick.
did, Ian. Interesting D1 matchup in the city tonight. St. Ray's coming in 5-0, unbeaten on the season, but with a big challenge playing at LaSalle Academy. The Saints cutting the deficit to 14-7 in the second half. Rams, though, trying to put things away late in the game. LaSalle lines up for a long field goal. How about the boot by Max Wallace? Putting it through the uprights to make it a 2-score game.
It's a whopper from Wallace.
Saints trying to put together something late to try and cut into the deficit again, but Charles Saya says, see ya. A beast for the Rams defense tonight. A third sack in the game for him.
We're all counting to 3 today on Channel 6.
1, 2, 3. LaSalle holds off St. Ray's. 17-7 the final, Ian.
Barrington looking for its first win of the season on the road against Cranston West, which just beat South Kingstown. But the Eagles putting the Falcons on notice. CW down 7-0, but the law offices of Cornell and Cornell say, I object, Your Honor. Kellen Cornell to Charlie Cornell, they'd score shortly after to tie the game. Fourth quarter here. Game still tied 21 apiece, but Charlie Potter on the Nimbus 2000, and he is flying. 60-yard run for the go-ahead and eventual game-winning score. Barrington pulls off the upset and wins at Cranston West tonight, 28-21.
Had to have the Harry Potter reference. Very nice. The cheerleaders at Conley Stadium having a blast dancing to Cotton Eye Joe. Yes, they still play that song around high school games.
Classic.
They did when I was there. They did when you were there. And the best thing is they still know how to do the dance.
Yes.
Which is great. It takes me back to my dance.
Is it on TikTok?
Probably these days,
We're
right?
going to post it on TikTok tonight.
Hendricken and Central facing off in the city tonight. Always a battle between these programs. How about the escape job by Dylan Lynch, quarterback, voids a sack, gets positive yards. I heard one of the Knights defenders say, he's like Mahomes, bro. That helped the Hawks because a couple plays later, handoff goes the other way to William Messina, and he gets to the promised land for the visitors. Hendricken goes home Friday with a 29-13 victory, Ian.
Down in Westerly for a key Division II game, the Bulldogs hosting Moses Brown. The Quaker defense locked in from the beginning. Tackle in the backfield by Jack Lynn. MB would score shortly after this play, so the Bulldogs would need to respond, and they do. Terrell Hill, no loss of yardage here. He is in for the score. Westerly goes on to win 27-7.
All hail the towny royalty at East Providence High School this evening. The king and queen of the homecoming court crowned at halftime. Hey, Ian, did you know that I was on the homecoming court and was king once?
I've never heard that one, Nick.
No.
You don't tell us every year
Nope.
around homecoming time.
Fun times. Congratulations to the
Doing
homecoming
this show
court.
7 years now.
Unfortunately, though, South Kingstown came in and spoiled all the fun, up 27-0 in the third quarter. That's Braden Rosen throwing to Tyler Denneker, cutting the catch, and Rebels get a chunk. The drive gets topped off at the goal line where Rosen keeps it himself, gets beyond the big boys to get into the end zone. SK taking care of business on the road, winning Friday 35-6. Going over the coaching points tonight at Classical High School. That's where Mount Pleasant was playing tonight as the home team, taking on Tolman in another D2 matchup. Tigers a 6-0 lead in the second quarter and looking to add to that advantage, putting a drive together. Escapability, that's the theme here tonight. Gotta have it these days. The quarterback, Noah Taylor, certainly does. Tucking away the loaf of bread, bringing it home for supper. Moves the chains. Then later, Taylor, quick pass to Thomas Griggs. Lays one defender, takes a big hit from another, but reaches inside the pylon. Officials get together. Do you have him in? Do you have him in? Wait, no. Do you have him in? I had him in. No, really, actually, I
If they don't put him in, they can't come home for supper.
Hang on. Yes,
Yeah,
he's in.
all
Yes,
right.
it is a touchdown. Well done, fellas. Tolman wins Friday 36-0, the final.
We wrap with this submission to our now local news app. Thanks to Jay for sending this in from East Greenwich. The Avengers with a first down run. Johnston wins this game, though, 26-7. Download the app with the QR code on your screen to submit your highlights. That's Pick 6. Stick around. More sports next.